A very good morning. I'm Nick Wood and a very warm welcome to Le Mans in the northwest of France for the FEI European Championships for Ponies 2023. We're here at the Bullery de Jump, the magnificent facilities here at Bullery de Jump, Pôle Européen de Cheval, managed by Pierre Rossi and his wife Emmanuelle, a renowned equestrian facility hosting numerous international dressage events throughout the year and many key international dressage championships as well. Well, we'll be bringing you all the live show jumping championship action here on Clip My Horse TV. 15 countries, 54 athletes and 54 ponies to come before us over the next few days here in the northwest of France. Well, we get underway this morning with our first championship show jumping competition, and it is the first qualifying competition run at a maximum height of 1.30 m and under table A against the clock. President of the ground jury and a linguist for Sweden, accompanied by Camille Maynard for France, Didier Gond for France, Thomas Desmarais for France, and also Michel Mathieu for Belgium. Well, we have two course designers for France, Quentin Pernet, and also for France, Jean-Pierre Menot. So all the action getting underway here at Le Mans in just a couple of minutes' time. And we'll be getting underway with Abby Oakley for Ireland aboard Boutade Saint-Hermel. Well, our course designer, Quentin Pernet, has designed a course of 12 numbered fences, 14 jumping efforts with the two doubles at 5 and 10. A really flowing and educational course, even though a championship course, so important that it is flowing in education, with just a correct, sufficient degree of challenge for this first qualifying competition. So, Abby Oakley, aboard James Oakley's Boutade Saint-Hermel, have now joined us here in the arena at Le Mans. Boutade Saint-Hermel, 12-year-old Sir Francais mare by Norman Prix Noir. Well, as called, 12 number jumping fences, 14 efforts. Well, Ireland so successful at the FEI European Championships for Ponies in 2022, last year in Stregholm. Brought home team gold in show jumping and eventing. And also as well brought home individual gold. And that courtesy of James Derwin and Rinkula Babog, who we'll see a little bit later on this morning. So it is the turn of Ireland to get us underway, and it is the turn of Abby Oakley and Boutade Saint-Hermel. Well, they really are phenomenal, these ponies, and we'll see that on many, many occasions over the next few days here at Le Mans. So Abby Oakley aboard Boutade Saint-Hermel, coming to the Oxa at 2, as called, maximum height of 1.30 m for this first round of the qualifying competition. A competition open to all, and a turn of over 180 degrees back through to the upright at number 3, then turning right over the first of the double, 2 strides between the Oxa 5A and then the upright at 5B, Then now on the right-handed cantering rein, 6 now to 7. Nine, and now down to 10. The second of those doubles, this time just one stride between the double, the upright, the first element, then the oxer, and now towards the final fence. And at 12. Well, what a way to start. I'll be looking up just to see how she's done for time. Time of 73.29. So this under table A3, just the one round here in the first qualifying competition, here in the show jumping class, the first show jumping class for the FEI European Championships. And in case of equality, at the end of this first competition, there will be no jump off. But it is a qualifying round for the team and the individual championships. The team championships tomorrow, Friday, and the individual championships on Sunday afternoon. So with that very fine round of show jumping to get us underway from Abby Oakley and Boutade Saint-Hermel, it's now the turn of Helen Hammerstrom and Ossian Desar for Sweden. The first of our Swedish combinations forwards. So another lovely round of the Swedish team. Thrilled with that. No jumping penalties. Time 69.78. Well, I was saying right at the beginning just how wonderful these ponies are. Fabulous jumping displays from the first two combinations forwards. Now Renske van Minenborp for the Netherlands aboard Dollar Boy II. Eleven-year-old Bay Gelding, Dollar Boy II, owned by Bert van Minendorp and Renske van Minendorp. Renske in the saddle. Well, Dollar Boy II certainly running on towards the second element of that first double, but no problem whatsoever. Very clever, so nimble these ponies. Seeing a perfect stride at that oxer we've just seen them take. Now to the second of the double jumping effort fences. The upright, then the oxer, one stride between those two. Now to our final fence at 12. And it was 4 penalties. I was just waiting for that confirmation to come through. We saw that rustic rolled in the second half of that course for Renske van Minnendorp and Dollarboy the second. 78.42 their time, but 1 roll pole. Now the first of our combinations for Italy. This is Ludovico Camerlengo aboard Orchids Anuncia. 12-year-old mare by Kansheba out of Orchid Sweet Harmony. Fabulous through the first of those doubles, 2 strides between, then right over the Oxford at 6. So this course very cleverly designed after the sweeping gallops and canters to the left. We now were then on the right rein, now sharp back to this rustic where we saw the pole roll last time for our last combination. Well, a couple of trot strides there between the double. No problem at all for Orchids Anuncia. Ears pricked, focused, asked for the stride. What a great leap at that final fence. As our Italian rider's arm goes in the air. No penalties for jumping. Time 74.67 for Ludovico Camerlengo and Orchids Anuncia. Well, now we see our first combination for Belgium. This is Isidome aboard Fleuret du Fleury. Fleur du Fleuret. Chestnut mare by Magno Carwin. Turn of over 180 degrees round to the upright at 3 and turn right to the first double at 5A and B, skipping over these first 5, now 6 fences. Fleur de Fleury. Certainly gave that balustrade plenty of room. Around the outside of the Oxford at 6 towards the penultimate fence, the upright at 11. Like so many of these fences in the early stages, jumping beautifully and again magnificent over that last fence. A delighted Belgian jockey Isidome aboard her own and Potriodome's Fleur de Fleury. So they're going to second place in these early stages. 72.96 their time. No jumping penalties to add. 54 athletes and 54 ponies to come forwards in the show jumping classes. Well, just a reminder, this is a drawn order for the first of our classes. The first qualifying competition. Well, now the first of our British riders, as we welcome into the arena Harriet Hodge aboard Little Charlie. Well, Great Britain as a team were fourth, just outside the medals last year in Stregholm. Stregholm, who've hosted the Pony Europeans, the FEI Pony Europeans, for the last 2 years. And Harriet Hodge aboard Little Charlie setting out so well. Really cutting inside towards that balustrade off the corner. Great ring craft from the British combination. And then putting the accelerator down once again before the final two fences. Oh, a great pop out of the bottom of that. Big oxer to finish. Another delighted pony rider, this time for Great Britain, Harriet Hodge, who is clear aboard Little Charlie in a time of 72.2, going into second place at the moment. Well, now for Finland, Vera Salimin aboard Nero van de Bukdal. Well, it's great to see Finland represented here. So good. Vera Salminen, the sole representative for Finland here at the FEI European Championships for Ponies 2023. Aboard the 14-year-old Greg Elding, Nero van der Buxdal, by Jerome van der Leuve, seamlessly over that double at 5A and B. Certainly saw the stride at the Oxer at 6 as well. Neatly over the balustrade. And saw the forward strides to the following Oxer. And saw the forward strides as well into that final Oxer at 12. No penalties. I'll jump these 14 efforts as well as anybody so far this morning. Our combination for Finland, Vera Salminen and Nero van de Buxdal. Well, now the first combination forwards for Germany. This is Black Pearl SHNRW, Westphalian mare. 15 years old, by Hilkins Black Delight, out of a Lucky Strike mare, as they take that second fence, that Oxer, continuing on the left-handed canter over the upright at 3. The next upright at 4, off the corner. And the double at 5. 2 strides to the upright at the second element. Carlotta Merschforman and Black Pearl SHNRW for Germany. Well, Germany were fifth as a team last year in Stragholm. As they take the second of the doubles. Just the one stride between the two fences of the second double. And another to really see a forward longish stride at that final fence. Jumped it so well. Carlotta Merschforman aboard the Black Pearl SHNRW. No jumping penalties. Time 76.09. Well, now Lou and Béraud for France aboard Ungaro of Coffeny. Well, another pony keen to make haste around this main arena here. At the Bullery Jump, marvellous facilities here at Bullery Jump, Pôle Européen du Cheval. Well, our host nation, France, were second as a team in Stragholm last year. And this accommodation, who were fourth individually, Luan Béraud and Ungaro of Coffeny. Well, got rather close into the first element of that double, unfortunately just rolling the top pole with her back legs. Ungaro of Coffeny. Well, another to take a flyer at that last fence. There's no doubt about clearance over that one. So, unfortunately, the four penalties, the one roll pole for Luan Béraud and Ungaro of Coffeny, 72.08 their time. Well, it is against the clock, but there are 14 fences to jump, two doubles in there, and a couple of tight turns through more than 180 degrees. So although it is against the clock, maybe not able to run quite as quickly as you would in a shortened jump off, but nevertheless these ponies, as we knew they would, jumping magnificently, and their riders quite superb. 12 to 16 years of age, the riders eligible for the ponies, for the FEI European Championship of Ponies. As we turn our attention to the second of the Irish combinations. Ireland, who won team gold and had individual gold as well at Stragholm last year. And it is the turn for Ireland of Cian Dór aboard a sparkling Lachnamore Joey. Sparkling Lachnamore Joey. Turning inside that oxer to the rustic has caused it to be a full falter that fence already this morning, but no problem at all for the Irish combination, and really reaching for that second element at the second of those doubles. Sparkling Lachnamore Joey. Lovely. Hands on heels pushing out Sparkling Lachnamore Joey in between those finishing beams, and the clock finishes on 73.74 and goes into fifth place. No jumping penalties for Cian Dór and Sparkling Lachnamore Joey. Well, it is the turn of Sweden once more. And it is the turn of Warali Bartolson Norton aboard Vestige de Bellaba. Well, we could see Verily really having to sit up there, make sure the pony waited and really sprung from the surface for that second element of that double. Well, so good to see such a great crowd here, as we knew there would be for this first show jumping competition. Ooh, and brilliant by the pony there, and really well set by the Swedish jockey as well. Put in an extra stride before the first element of that double, but came out of the bottom of it so cleverly. But unfortunately the penultimate going, so it is 4 at upright and 11 going. Time 70.68 and going into 9th place at the moment. So over the first two fences we are with the Netherlands once again. And the next of the Dutch riders coming to fence number 5. 2 strides between the two elements of that double. Eva Eden van Grunsven aboard a Special Lady, member of the Dutch team last year. The Pony Europeans in Stregholm. Well, another leaping high and another delighted rider. 74.26 the time, no jumping penalties. Eva Eden van Grunsven and Special Lady are clear. The next two clear and safely negotiate these 14 jumping efforts over these 12 numbered jumping fences in the first of the FEI European Championship for Ponies show jumping classes. Well, always a very special occasion, one of the highlights of the equestrian calendar anywhere in the world, the FEI European Championships for Ponies. Well, it is the turn of Italy once again. Well, getting maybe a little close into that fence at 4, and unfortunately just rolling the top of the upright. This is Vittoria Sofia Ruotolo with Vainqueur de Lalande. Well, another upright going, this time the second of the first part of the second double going for Vittoria Sofia Ruotolo and Vainqueur de Lalande. Out of the final fence. No problem with that final fence. So 8 it is, 8 penalties for those 2 roll poles. Time 72.41. Now to Belgium. And the pony is Swarovski, brought forward by Martha Louise Dieu. Swarovski, bay mare, a 9-year-old, by Quabar de Monceau, owned by bay mare, in fact, by Annie de Laurent. Really pinging out of that second double, as Martha Louise then asked the pony to move forwards around the bottom end of the arena and then come back to see the stride for the penultimate fence, the upright, and the final fence as well. Another super leap by another combination over that final fence at 12, the Oxer. So no penalties for jumping, 75.29 for Martha Louise Dieu and Swarovski for Belgium. So Great Britain it is once again. It's the grey gelding, 14-year-old Vaughan de Visite, brought forwards by Madison Seedhouse. Madison Seedhouse riding Florence Sozescu's Vaughan de Visite. Well, the roll pole there. Perfect striding between the upright and the Oxer. Now to that rustic Oxer. Penultimate fence, no problem. And Madison just asking Vaughan de Visite to wait for that stride for that final fence at 12. For it is that roll pole going. Time 72.34 for Madison Seedhouse and Vaughan de Visite. Putting them into 13th place at the moment. Well, now Germany, and just a reminder that this is a drawn order for this class. It is Hans-Georg Brinkmeyer's Indy Miller A, ridden by Leona Panda. Leona Panda aboard the Anglo-European Studbook registered bay mare by Peppermill, out of a Cato Z mare, 10 years old. Well, another pony really eager to catch the next fence, really eager to meet the next fence. It's fighting for its head a little bit. Indy Miller A, the bay mare. They really are something else, these ponies. Wow. Saw the strides there. Well, Leona really seeing the stride she wanted aboard Indy Miller A, and certainly obliging the mare, the 10-year-old mare. No penalties for jumping, 72.07, going into second place. Super round for the German combination of Leona Panda and Indy Miller A. Another host nation once again, and Rétin Oran is in the arena aboard Champagne d'Arcus. Well, absolutely flying into that first double seamlessly over both elements. Champagne d'Arcus, clever because made the two strides between the double look very short because of the flowing forwardness into the first element. The oxer that still came out beautifully over the second element, the upright. Now over the rustic oxer and left towards the second of the double jumping effort fences, the one stride between the upright and the oxer at 10. Now around the orange oxer that was fence, is fence number 6, to the penultimate fence, the upright off the corner, and then again another eager to jump that final fence, and still looking as though to go round once again. This combination for France, Rétin Oran and the pony Champagne d'Arcus, ready to go once again. Well, in fact, it was one row pole. It was one row pole for our for the French combination, just having completed their round over these 12 numbered fences. Now, Emily Maloney aboard Lady Crown for Ireland. KWPN mare by Crown Z out of Zandora Z. Fabulous over the upright at 4. And looking very stylish well over 5. Emily Maloney riding Miriam Maloney's 7-year-old mare, Lady Crown, just a 7-year-old. We really do see vast age differences, particularly in these ponies, because some of them have incredible longevity of careers. and just love every minute of it. But the younger 7-year-old Lady Crown, certainly enjoying her round, but it is 4, unfortunately, one roll pole, 73.43 for Emily Maloney and Lady Crown. Well, the turn of Sweden once again. As the Swedish combination pop over fence number 3. This is Disa Hammerstedt with Deriveur Demieux. Michelle Wilson owning Deriveur Demieux. Grey Self Francais Stallion, 10 years old, by Dexter Lemponde. Beautiful over the rustic oxer at 9. Will certainly jump that second double as well as anybody this morning. And unfortunately that penultimate upright going down. Wondered actually if that upright might cause 1 or 2 more problems. And just a gentle push of that top pole means it is 4 penalties for Disa Hammerstedt and Deriveur Demieux. What an unfortunate 4 faults of that penultimate fence. Time 73.16. They go into 16th place. Now for the Netherlands, Jersey Kuipers and La Falletta. The Netherlands, who were on the podium as a team last year in Stockholm for the FEI Championship, European Championships for Ponies. And Jersey Kuipers was a member of that Dutch team last year aboard La Falletta. Well, Bethany Voss and Wim Voss owning La Falletta, the Bay Holstein mare, 11 years old. And absolutely thrilled Jersey Kuipers aboard La Falletta. Well, we don't see many ponies that need encouragement to jump these fences, and that was certainly one of them. La Falletta, no encouragement needed, but Jersey really having to sit up and ask La Falletta not to race on too much to that final fence. Absolutely delighted, as she should be. Jersey Kuipers aboard La Falletta. They were a member of that Dutch bronze medal winning team in Stockholm last year. Now for Switzerland. 3 horse and rider combinations, pony and rider combinations here at Le Mans this week for Switzerland. And the second of the Swiss riders to come before our ground jury. This is Laura André aboard Clementine. Well, how unfortunate. We'll just see. It looks as though the bell has gone, because even though the pony looked as though it was stopping, it did actually go through the fence. We'll just see if our Swiss combination, Laura André and Clementine, are asked to come again. Yeah, rather than carrying on the rest of these 12 fences. Well, really well done. The pony just feeling with that striding, it couldn't quite make that rustic oxer at 9. Brilliantly recovered by Laura André and Clementine. Very mature riding. Put it behind them, onto the next fence. Superb. Well, absolutely magnifique. Well done to Laura André and Clementine. Six penalties, time 80.11. But the great, very great thing about that, of course, was that they did carry on, not just carry on, but carried on so well. And they will, I'm sure, be very confident for further rounds. Josephine Marie Hoagland and Sonogvangs Colorado for Norway now. Sonogvangs Colorado and Josephine Marie Hoagland. I gave the upright, the top pole of that upright at 3, a bit of a tap, but it stays. And then the next of the uprights off that corner, and again another bit of a rub and a roll, but the grey, blue and gold pole stays in place. And then after the first of the double jumping efforts at 5, the double, the the pony and rider combinations having to come back for number 6 and not liking the look of that balustrade. Maybe something caught the pony's eye beyond that, because the pony, Shundavang's Colorado, was backing off several strides before that balustrade at 7. Well, the pole, the top balustrade went down, the top plank went down, but the important thing is that we saw another piece of great riding, and the pony regaining its confidence to go once again and jump the fence. Well, as always, maturity beyond their years for these riders. 12 to 16 years old is the criteria, the age criteria for these European Championship ponies. That, of course, the rider age criteria. So well done to Josephine Marie Hoagland and Shundavangs Colorado. 30 penalties, time 96.32. Well, it should be, I need to just point out as well that as we move forward in the competition, any athlete eliminated or retiring is penalised 20 penalties, more than the athlete with the highest number of penalties. So that will be the case when we move forwards in this competition, in these show jumping classes for these FEI European Pony Championships here in Le Mans. Italy once again. This is Nico Bifi aboard Alto de Fugnar. Another stallion to come forwards. 13-year-old by Jimador de Flory. Popping very neatly over that white balustrade plank. And saw a beautiful stride, quite magnificent. And basculing over the following Oxa. Well, another one just starting to back off. A stride or two before the fence. This is the case for Nicole Bifi's pony, Alto de Fugnar. No problem when presented for the second time in terms of jumping. Unfortunately, pulling the front pole of the second element down. Well, again, just having a look at that penultimate fence, Alto de Fugnar, and Nicolo Bifi having to encourage the pony forwards. Penalties 25 and a time of 91.24. Well, now for Hungary, the first of the Gubitska riders. And so we welcome forwards Charlotte Gubitska aboard FEI 4 Saisons. Unfortunately, fence number 3 going down the upright, turning towards the second of the uprights at 4. Nine-year-old bay mare, FEI 4 Saisons. What a genuine pony. FEI 4 Saisons got very deep into that first element of that double, but popped out of the bottom and managed to maintain the one stride in between the two elements of that second double. What a genuine horse, and great riding once again from one of our pony riders, this time for Hungary, Charlotte Gubitska. Well, 8 penalties, two rolled poles, time 71.89. Well, just 3 more combinations to come forwards before a short 15-minute break, which will be halfway through the 54, taking their place in this first competition this morning, the first qualifying show jumping competition here at the FEI European Championships for Ponies 2023 at Le Mans. As we continue to see the score for the last combination forwards for Hungary, Charlotte Gubitska and FEI 4 Saisons. That's a time of 71.89 with 2 roll poles, 8 penalties therefore. And as we were saying, did so very well to make their way over both elements of the second double. So the first of the three combinations to come forwards into the arena. Before that break, Laura Tischgens riding Suzy Lismont's Naveo. 14-year-old chestnut gelding by Jerome van der Woudehoef. Quite a leap over fence number 2, that Oxer, and seamlessly over the upright at 3. Well, running on into the second part of that double at 5, and our Belgian rider having to say to Naveo, "Whoa, just wait for me," and came out very cleverly out of the bottom of the second element of that double. Well, looking very assured and professional, this combination. Coming inside number 6 towards the penultimate fence. Certainly made it count. Certainly saw the stride over fence number 11 and perfectly over fence number 12 as well. A delighted Laura Tischgens aboard Naveo. Going into 4th place, just outside the top 3 at the moment. No jumping penalties. 72.93 the time for Laura Tischgens and a Naveo for Belgium. The next of the Belgian combinations to come forwards and to complete. Well, they looked so good, and it was a super round. Well, the next of our Danish combinations before us. 3 athletes and 3 ponies with us this week here in Le Mans for Denmark. Laura Sargent brings forwards at Foxdown Elderberry. And gave that the top rail of that first fence a bit of a rub, but it stays. Thirteen-year-old gelding, Foxdown Elderberry. Over that Oxer at 6. Great atmosphere, super atmosphere here at Le Mans as Foxdown Elderberry finds a longish forward stride. And unfortunately, once again, we've seen the back roll of that rustic Oxer coming off. It almost bounced in the cuts and then came down. So to the final fence, the Oxer at 12, no problem at all at that final fence. Just waiting for confirmation to come up. It is 4 for that roll pole, the back pole of that rustic Oxer. Going down for Laura Sargent and Foxdown Elderberry. Time 74.02. So a really flowing course designed by Quentin Pernet and Jean-Pierre Menot with, I think, just the right amount of challenge. Always has to be encouraging and educational at whatever level for the horses and the ponies. And Quentin Pernet and Jean-Pierre Menot getting just the right balance here for the first of these jumping classes at the FEI European Championships for Ponies 2023. All the action for the show jumping being brought to you live as it happens here on Clip My Horse TV. Well, now Tilly Bamford, the next of our British riders before us. Tilly Bamford aboard the 13-year-old mare, La Pisalusa. Tilly Bamford, a winner of the 138 Championship for ponies at the Horse of the Year show in England. The hugely prestigious 138 centimetre class. I certainly saw the stride at that. Rustic Opta asked the question, and La Pisalusa certainly obliging. Well, another to get close into the first element of that final double, but no problem at all for this pony. Well, Tilly was a member of the British team in 2022 last year, team who were fourth in Stragholm. Well, just looking behind her, Tilly Bamford, a big pat with no penalties for jumping for La Lucie and Tilly Bamford. The Bamford family, of course, leading thoroughbred breeders and racehorse owners, having won the Oaks Classic at Epsom in June this year with Soul Sister and Frankie Dettori aboard. So into 13th place with a time of 76.7, no jumping penalties for Tilly Bamford and La Pisalusa. So that brings us to the break that I was calling just a short while ago. We'll be back with you in approximately 15 minutes' time for the second half of the first qualifying competition at these FEI European Championships for Ponies 2023, as we continue with our championship show jumping classes. Back with you very, very shortly. Just confirming that penalty score of 0 for the last combination forward for Great Britain, Tilly Bamford and La Pisalusa. Time 76.7, putting them into 13th place.
À 3 minutes, nous sommes maintenant de la continuité de cette première épreuve qualificative des championnats d'Europe Poney 2023. 2 minutes before the next rider to go. And so far, Ireland is with 2 clear ones, Sweden with 1, Netherlands with 2 clears, Italy with 1, Belgium with 3 clears, Great Britain 2 clears, Germany 2 clears, France 2. Few minutes before the next rider, and so far the first position for Ellen Hammerstrom, 9 seconds, 7, 8,
A very warm welcome back to Le Mans in the northwest of France for the first of the show jumping classes here at the FEI European Championships for Ponies 2023. We're at the magnificent Boulerie jump here at the European du Cheval. And we have seen the first half of the field undertake the 14 jumping efforts in this first show jumping class, and we look forward to getting underway very, very shortly, and it will be the turn of Bendra Luna, ridden by Jagoda Kiernowska, to come forward for Poland. Well, leading the way at the moment in this first competition, it is the first qualifying competition, open to all. It is a table A3 competition, 1 round against the clock, and leading the way so far for Sweden, Ellen Hammerstrom with Ocean des Arts, clear in a time of 69.78. Then in second place for Germany, Indy Mill A, ridden by Leonie Panda, clear in a time of 72.07. And in third place, with a clear in a time of 72.2, Little Charlie and Harriet Hodge. So it is Sweden, Germany and Great Britain. That is the top 3 at the moment. And just to complete the top 5, Laura Tishkins for Belgium aboard Naveo had a clear in a time of 72.93. And then in 5th place, Isidoyem for Belgium. So Belgium in 4th and 5th. Isidoyem for Belgium in 5th place aboard the chestnut mare Fleur de Fleury, clear in a time of 72.96. But it is a clear of 69.78 from Ocean des Arts, ridden by Ellen Hammerstrom for Sweden, leading the way at the moment in this first of the show jumping classes at the 2023 FEI European Championships for Ponies. 15 countries, 54 athletes and ponies here at Le Mans this week, as we now welcome forwards for the second half of the competition. Jagoda Kiernowska aboard Bendra Luna. So the bell going for the Polish combination, and so good to see Poland represented here. Just the one horse or pony and rider combination representing Poland here at Le Mans for these European Championships for Ponies. And and of course Poland synonymous with equestrian disciplines, eventing of course, and we had the Pony Europeans in Poland at Strzegholm last year. In fact, for the last 2 years, Strzegholm in Poland have hosted the Pony Europeans. But the turn of Le Mans in the northwest of France this year, as Jagonda Kierzynowska and Benjaluna get off to a super start, flowing over the first 5 fences. And very, very unfortunate, the front pole of that Oxer at 6 going down, just tapped it. We started out so well, and the top pole of that plank at the balustrade also going down. So carrying 8 so far, 8 penalties so far in this table A3 competition. 1 round against the clock. Well, very unfortunate for our Polish rider. Saw the stride, and unfortunately Benjaluna saying no, not really wanting to take us over that today. Well, a round of applause. Elimination it is, of course, instant elimination for any pony and rider combination parting company in these show jumping classes. There will be another day. So we wish Benjaluna and Jagonda Kierzynowska for Poland all the best. So we move to Germany once again, and this is Leonie Asman aboard Hankifax H. Hankifax H, 10-year-old mare by Halifax, by a Laudanas mare, out of a Laudanas mare. Hankifax H, owned by Leonie herself. And again, another having problems, this time at fence number 3, stopping at fence number 3. Well, a pat for the pony. And we've seen a couple of occasions when the ponies have stopped. We saw that in the first 27 to come forwards. They then started again in a very assured and aplomb way, and then jumped the rest of the course magnificently. So let's hope that is the case for our German combination. So Leonie Asman and Hankifax just waiting for the green light to go, that bell going, denoting that the fence is now re-established and ready to be jumped once again. Germany, 5th last year at Strzegholm as a team in the show jumping competitions. Really well ridden. Fence, the top pole going down, but the important thing is that Leonie encouraged Hankifax over. Seamlessly over the 2 elements of the double at 5. Popping out very fluently from the bottom of fence number 6, that Oxer. Magnificent between the balustrade and the Oxer. Forward flowing. Well, unfortunately, the front pole of that rustic Oxer going down as well. But importantly, the combination are back into a great rhythm. Leonie Asman and Hankifax, the next of the German combinations forwards. Now to the final fence, this wide Oxer. No problem at all. Well, just as we've seen with earlier combinations, who unfortunately had a refusal, back then into a rhythm. And that's certainly the case for Leonie Asman and Hankifax H. Well, 19 penalties it is, but and a time of 85.34. But they completed, and very well done for doing just that. Well, now to our host nations once again. This is Lana Messina aboard Casper's Ronaldo. They come to the third fence. Well, no problem for this combination at that third fence. Now we're off the corner through more than 180 degrees to fence number 4. That upright with the blue water tray underneath it. 2 strides between the 2 jumping efforts at 5, the double at 5. Then right-handed to the orange oxer at 6. And a very warm welcome if you are joining us on Clip My Horse TV. We're bringing you all the live action of the show jumping competitions here at the FEI European Championships for Ponies 2023 at Le Mans in the northwest of France, here at Le Boulerie Jump. Superb over that rustic oxer. Now to the second of the doubles, just 1 stride between the white, yellow and grey poles of that second double. Well, another to see forward strides between the penultimate and the final fence. But it is unfortunately 4 penalties at 1 rolled pole. Because it really was a very accomplished round from the member from our host nation, Lana Messina, and Casper's Ronaldo. Well, just a reminder that this is very much an individual competition under table A3, so just the 1 round against the clock, all invited, 15 nations represented, 54 athletes and 54 ponies. Well, now a member of the nation that won team and individual gold at Streghome last year for Ireland. It is Paddy Reap aboard Fernando. Well, this combination who were a member of that Irish team last year in Streghome. And the Irish team also collecting team gold in the eventing as well at Streghome last year. What an outstanding performance it was from the Irish teams in show jumping and eventing last year in Streghome. Well, so far, jumping these fences as well as anybody this morning. Easy over this Quentin Pernet and Jean-Pierre Monod design course for the Irish combination. What a round in terms of jumping. No penalties. Into 14th, not the quickest we've seen, 76.92. But this is all about qualification for those teams and the individual champion, the individual class on Sunday afternoon. What a superb round by Fernando for Ireland. Brought forwards and ridden by Paddy Reap. Well, we turn to Sweden once again, and it is the turn of Carina Thorboms and Olof Thorboms Helga THO, KWPN 11-year-old mare by Q Breitling LS, and ridden by Matilda Hansen. a mare bred by T.H. van Oorschot. Well, really giving this mare really giving herself lots of fresh air between her legs and the top of those fences. How good THO to the second of the doubles, just the one stride between the second of those double jumping effort fences at number 10, now 11 off the corner of the upright. Effortless. The cheers ring out from the Swedish team and all connections. Going into 6th place, really good time, 73.28. Penalties, jumping penalties, 0. Well, these combinations in the European Pony Championships, as always, really showing exactly how good they are. Another magnificent round, this time from the Swedish combination. Well, just a reminder that it is a Swedish combination that leads the way. That is the a clear in 69.78 for Ocean Desert AS and Ellen Hammerstrom. That is the time with a clear that all our other combinations are currently chasing. As we turn to the Netherlands once again. And now Bethany Vos, as she approaches the first of the doubles, 2 strides, reaching a little bit for that second one, but no second element, but no problem for this pony. Bethany Vos aboard Still Got Me, member of the Dutch team last year in Stregholm. Neatly out of the bottom of that white balustrade, plank balustrade. Bethany Vos and Wim Vos owning the bay gelding, the 12-year-old Still Got Me gelding by Follow Me. Well, just being asked to move forwards on those forward strides to that last fence, and Still Got Me just popping in that stride, that little stride, cleverly doing that to find the correct jumping position for that Oxer at 12. Bethany Vos absolutely delighted with a clear round aboard Still Got Me, going into 11th place with a time of 74.93. Now for Switzerland, Victoria Shebakov aboard Electra. Three athletes and 3 ponies here at Le Mans this week for Switzerland. Victoria Shebakov with Electra. Well, I'm not just 100% sure if fence number 2 went. Fence number 3 certainly did. Just wait for confirmation. Yeah, there is a pole on the ground. The front bar of fence number 2 going down. No problem though at 5. And also the front pole of that Oxer at 6 also going down. Eleven-year-old mare by Ivanhoe. Electra. And just nudging the top pole of that upright, the first element of that second double as well. Well, no problem over the final 2. Well, a little expensive in terms of jumping penalties. 4 down, so 16 penalties it is. 16 penalties it is. time 70.85. And just looking at the time, yeah, good on time. It would have been good enough for second place in terms of time against currently the second place time of 72.07, but of course that was clear for Indy Mill A and Leone Panda for Germany. So Scandinavia once again, and the turn of Norway once again. This is Linnea Ovidia Amot Fosnes aboard touchy subjects. Almost took a stride out there at that first fence. Well, Linnea Ovidia Amot just making sure that touchy subject is focused. Making sure she keeps moving touchy subject forward, and she's doing a very good job of doing just that. The mare just having a touchy subject, just having a little look at a few of these fences before actually arriving at the fence itself. Yeah, well done to Linnea Ovidia Amot Fosnes, and touchy subject, being genuine and obliging. Really stood off the second element of that double there. Well, I would think that they went through that, so we'll just wait and see what happens. Yeah, they were not, the bell has not gone. They actually went through that fence, but having to circle before the final fence. But really mature and good riding from Linnea Ovidia Amot Fosnes. They have a penalty of 26 and a time of 84.72. But touchy subject will be all the better for having jumped these 14 fences, these 12 fences, these 14 jumping efforts. And huge credit to Linnea Ovidia Amot Fosnes for encouraging touchy subject around this course and over these 14 jumping efforts. So as we continue in the second half of this first jumping class of these championships, we welcome forwards Italy once again. And for Italy it is Lorenzo Privatera aboard Calix de Visite. Well, we've seen a few knock the front pole of that orange oxer out. Comes off the corner. And just thinking about our ponies in general, there is an awful lot to look at in these big rear arenas, an electric atmosphere at the championships, at all these championships. Huge amount for our ponies and horses to look at. And both horse and riders equip themselves magnificently. Ponies and riders. A quick glance back, having taken that final oxer at 12. 12 penalties it is. 3 having gone down for Lorenzo Privatero and Calix de Visite. 73.32 their time. Well, we're with Belgium once again. And we are with Robin Vermeer. riding Christophe Wouter's Crystal Sparkle van Begeveld. Seventeen-year-old chestnut mare by Ponies Bright Sparkle 912 out of Cartouche van Begeveld. And over that final fence to complete, and a huge pat from Robin Vermeer for Crystal Sparkle van Begeveld with no jumping penalties and a time of 72.78. Super round, putting them into fourth place at the moment, just outside those podium places, but a lovely round nevertheless, with a great time and a super position as it stands at the moment in fourth place. Well, Denmark with us once again, popping over that first fence. And it is Palmer Sophie Gray, Jansen Christensen aboard Ponies des Avelines. Sixteen-year-old bay mare by Rancho de Hutveld. Out of a Randall Z mare. Well, taking a hold, Ponies des Avelines. Well, another great partnership we've just seen. And another delighted rider, this time Palmer Sophie Gray, Jansen Christensen. And into second place. It looked quick, it was. They effortlessly covered the ground. Time 71.69. So into second place with no penalties to add for jumping. They are only the, in fact, they are the first combination to go under 72 seconds with a clear, other than the combination that lead, and that continues to be for Sweden. Ellen Hammerstrom with Ocean Desire on 69.78, the only combination to go under 70 seconds with a clear round. Well, now Monaco. And Audrey Venturi is forward with Rex Tador. Audrey Venturi and Rex Tador, the sole representative for Monaco. And I'm sure huge pride for this combination and all connections representing Monaco. Another absolutely super pony. Light grey, Rex Tador. pinging over these fences. Well, really jumped those fences as well as anybody this morning. They're into 10th place, 73.42 their time. Nothing to add for jumping. Audrey Venturi and Rex Tador. What a round of show jumping. The Grey Stallion Rex Tador by Dexter Limpondi, owned by Marie-Noël Venturi, and ridden for Monaco by Audrey Venturi. So Great Britain once again. And we have a British rider currently in 4th place. That is Harriet Hodge and Little Charlie, clear on 72.2. This time for Great Britain, the turn of Georgia Cooper Hall aboard Saxton Freedom. Great Britain, who were 4th as a team in Stockholm last year at the FEI European Championships for Ponies. Turning off the corner, tight corner towards fence number 4. Met it absolutely in the middle. Super, absolutely super over that first double. Nice flying change from Saxton Freedom off the right corner. Very neat, very smart over these fences. And whether they're closer in or taking that longer stride there, no loss of rhythm whatsoever for Saxton Freedom. Really getting some height over that rustic oxer as well. Oh, what a shame. Asked the question, and Saxton Freedom saying, as we saw with another combination at that double earlier this morning, saying not sure about it, please can we have another look. What a shame. So they really were jumping superbly. There will be another day though. Saxton Freedom and Georgia Cooper Hall unfortunately eliminated. It is of course just 2 refusals and then elimination. So Germany once again, and it is Franca Clementine Crowley aboard Karim van Orchid S. Karim van Orchid S, another stallion to come forwards. 14-year-old by Nashiba, second Kanshiba, the second we've seen forwards by Kanshiba this morning. Absolute flyer. That Oxa. But then coming back to be neat and popping over that rustic Oxa. And neat and very, very tidy as well over the second of those double jumping efforts, the double at 9, at number 10. Well, another to really take hold after that last fence, really wanting another run round, I think. Four jumping penalties is for Franca Clementine Crowley and Karim van Orchid S. Time 76.59. So, owner-rider combination. In fact, Franca Clementine Crowley owning Karim van Orkides with Simon Crowley. They were the last or the previous combination. Well, now it is Hungary's turn once again, and it is the second of our Gubicka riders. We welcome forwards Sorolt Gubicka for Hungary. Now the turn of Dorothea Gubicka aboard a VIP Demoiselle. Well, some resistance, and not sure about this. A pony just not sure, just needing a bit of assurance. Comes once again to the double. No. Well, horses and ponies have their own minds. We are always working with another mind, and our pony, VIP Demoiselle, not liking the look, unfortunately, of the first double in front of him. So that is elimination, having been presented once again for that first double at number 5. France, our host nation once again. It is Elise Foucault with Espoir Durand PRE. France in silver medal position in the team standings last year in Stockholm at the Pony Europeans. Elise Foucault aboard Espoir Durand Pré. Well, another stallion before us, Espoir Durand PRE. Another really making some height over these fences. And a huge cheer from the home crowd. Looks back, has a look at the clock. And just to make sure there were no penalties for jumping, which there were not. So Elise Foucault and Espoir Durand PRE go into 5th place. They have a top 5 ranking at the moment in this first show jumping class at these European Championships for ponies, with a time of 72.36 and no jumping penalties. We're now forwards before our ground jury. The individual gold medalist last year in Stockholm, James Derwin for Ireland aboard Rincula Babog. It was, of course, individual gold for this combination, and part of that Irish team that won team gold in Poland. Are we going to see another incredible few days of show jumping here at Le Mans by our Irish representatives? Well, certainly showing us how it should be done so far. this round, this table A3, first show jumping competition, single round, maximum height 1.30 m, as we continue to marvel at the enthusiasm and the scope and the talent of these ponies and their riders. Inside and cutting tight over that penultimate fence, the upright. Just having to check to wait for that oxer at number 12, but no problem whatsoever. Just James just dipping his head down as they went through the finishing timing beams. Into first place, 69.22. What a round for James Derwin and Rinkula Babog. Well, of course, so much success in between, but they are just continuing where they finished off at the end of the Pony Europeans in Stregholm last year. What a round for James Derwin and Rinkula Babog. They take the lead with a clear in 69.22. Another stallion, it is the chestnut, it was the chestnut, the 12-year-old Rinkula Babog, now leading the way. Now Nika Sundström with MSH Riot for Sweden. Ten-year-old Baymare, MSH Riot. Big high kick on those back legs from MSH Riot over the second element of the first double. Well, both Pony and Rider having a great time out there. Well, whatever stride this mare is on, MSH Riot, it is absolutely no problem to her, as she takes a big leap, as so many have done at that last final fence, the Oxer. No penalties for jumping, into fourth place with a time of 71.95 for MSH Riot for Sweden, with Nika Sundström in the saddle. Lovely round, great round. Seeing them into fourth place as it stands at the moment. Yifki Priam now for the Netherlands. Well, there's a combination who were members of the Dutch team in Stregholm last year. Yifki Priam and Zafarno VH Gehucht Z. Zafarano VH Gehucht Z, another mare forwards, 10-year-old by Zandor. Unfortunately, the front and back rails of that orange ox are going down. Mare out of a mare by the great sire Balubé du Rouet. Ears pricked. Over that last fence they go. So good time, 72.72 into just into the top 30 as it stands at the moment for this combination, because of the 4 penalties. The poles going down at the Oxer at number 6. Now Switzerland, Elsa Kratinja and Black Jack Dubonbeef. Switzerland with 3 ponies and athletes here at the Pony Europeans at Le Mans. Elsa Kratinja riding her own grey gelding, 12-year-old Blackjack Dubonbeef, bred by M. Jacques Duranton. Well, just missing the stride there, this combination of that penultimate fence, really riding forwards. Also Kratinja, but the pony very genuine and going forwards. Took the pole unfortunately as well, but went over that penultimate fence. But it did mean that, does mean that this combination have a penalty, jumping penalty of 8 with a time of 73, just confirming that that time. It was a good time, there's no doubt about that, but unfortunately the 2-row poles putting them down the leaderboard. Sweden once again. Norway, in fact, of course, once again. Julie Arabo Sky with Shannon's Joy. So all the Scandinavian countries, or 4 of the Scandinavian countries I should say, being represented here. Well, that orange Oxer going down once again. You just never know if something catches the eye of the ponies as they come off that corner. Big atmosphere here in this main arena here at Le Mans, at the Bullerie Jean, the Pôle Européen de Cheval. Magnificent facilities managed by Pierre Rossi and his wife Emmanuelle. A renowned facility for so many international dressage events and also very high level French national championships. So our combination for Sweden, for Norway, to that final fence. Over they go. We'll just wait for the confirmation of the penalties. It is just the 4, just the 1 roll pole for Julie Robot Sky and Shannon's Joy. Score or time 74.07. 74.07. Well, huge credit to all our riders for really aiming for the best possible time in this 1 round class. It's just a single round against the clock, table A3, and our combinations are certainly wanting to get from the start to the finish quickly, but within the capabilities of the ponies. Now for Italy, Enrico Santoni aboard Maddalena. Ten-year-old Chestnut mare, Maddalena, owned by Daria Accordi, ridden by Enrico Santoni. And another, just to pull that front pole of that orange oxer off with his with the hind legs, fighting as the mare moved into the oxer at number 8. Off the corner to 9, the rustic oxer, now to 10, the second of the double jumping effort fences, the double at 9. Both top poles of that double going down. Well, it's going to be a little expensive for jumping penalties, just waiting for that penalty score to be confirmed. 16 it is, so 4 roll poles. Score or a time of 73.51. 73.51 for the Italian combination of Enrico Santoni and Maddalena. Well, now the final combination forwards for Belgium. This is Emile Duchesne aboard Orchid S. Rolando. "18-year-old gelding" by Kenneth NPA. Unfortunately, the fence, the back bar of that fence number 2, that oxer going down. Owned by Pascal Bierbuc and bred by C. van der Laar. Orchid S. Rolando. Orchid S. Rolando being asked to really steady up before the second of the doubles, and also off the tight turn into that penultimate fence, the upright. Looks behind. 4 it is for that roll pole. Time 78.14 for the final Belgian combination forwards, Emile Duchesne and Orchid S. Rolando. So 4 more to come forwards for this first show jumping class at these European Championships for ponies. 1 for Denmark, 1 for Great Britain, 1 for Germany and 1 for France. And the first of those forwards, it is Olivia Dressler for Denmark aboard the 12-year-old bay mare Jasmine's Holly. Jasmine's Holly, owned by Dressler.com and the Stitching Sandy Horse Foundation. Absolutely skipping over that first double, over both elements of that first double. Three pony and rider combinations here this week at Le Mans for Denmark. Well, equally neat over the second of those doubles. Second of double, of course, just with that one stride in between the two jumping efforts. Now to the final fence, the oxer. Well, the music rings out here in the main arena at Le Mans, denoting a clear, and it is a clear for Olivia Dresler and Yasmin Holly. Time 69.54 and into second place. Well, just looking at the times, we've got three now. The top three all under the 70-second marker. All, of course, clear rounds. And into second place for Denmark, Yasmin Holly and Olivia Dresler in this first show jumping competition. Single round, under the clock, under table A3. Well, now the final combination for Great Britain. Isabel Rogers, who was a member of the British team in Stockholm last year, is aboard Neil 55. Well, no problem at number 6 for this combination for Great Britain. Really super over those two sequential fences on a straight line. Isabel Rogers riding Nicola Rogers, Neil 55. 11-year-old Bay Gelding. Oh, how unfortunate, that penultimate fence going down. It really has been a super round. So we'll just wait for confirmation. 4 it is, just the one roll pole. Great time, another under the 70-second mark. But of course it is the team competition and the individual final to come on Sunday. The team, of course, tomorrow, Friday. But a great way to get the championships underway for Isabel Rogers and Neil 55 with just the 4 faults and that sub 70 seconds round. Well, now for Germany, we welcome forwards Miss MC Fly DNRW, ridden by Hannah Brau. Hannah Brau riding Klaus Brauer's Miss MC Fly DNRW, Westphalian black mare, another 11-year-old, by MC Fly Heidi out of L'Ariel D. Deep into that plank, it came out of it well. Well, really asking Miss NC Fly DNRW to move forward quickly off that corner, and maybe just came up, that fence came up a little bit too quickly for the mare, and having had that first stop, the mare, Miss MC Fly DNRW, not really wanting to negotiate that rustic oxer. Well, unfortunately, as called earlier, two stops anywhere on the course at the same fence or at different fences denotes elimination. That is the show jumping rule, has been for a number of years now. So, Hannah Brau and Miss MC Fly DNRW unfortunately eliminated as we welcome forwards the final combination for France. Brun Favre with Copper d'Alaine. Well, they've certainly set out with intent, but they have rolled the front pole of that oxer at 3, and also the front roll of that oxer the first part of the double, 5. And 6 as well, unfortunately. They're certainly covering the ground, but it is proving to be a bit expensive. Wow. Certainly almost took a stride out there. This time the back pole of an ox are going. Neatly through the second of the doubles. A great fly, a great flying leap as well at that final fence. But a number of them have seen the forward stride at that final fence, no doubt about it. That's certainly the case for Brunfevre and Copper d'Erlaine. Well, great. I mean, we said they were covering the ground. They certainly were. 69.08 their time, but unfortunately 4 roll poles denotes 16 penalties, dropping them way down the leaderboard. Well, just to confirm, with just several more to come forwards in this first show jumping competition here at the FEI European Championships for Ponies 2023 at Le Mans, it is James Derwin and Rinkula Babog who lead the way with a clear in 69.22. Yasmin's Holly and ridden by Olivia Dresler, clear in 69.54 in second place, and in third place, also with a sub-70 time, 69.78, Oceane Desart for Sweden with Ellen Hamstrom in the plate. So those are top 3, and just looking down, that in fact completes our rounds. That completes the first competition for this FEI European Championships for Ponies. It is the first qualifying competition, and that score that I have just given you, it is a win then for James Derwin and Rinkola Babog. They were part of the Irish team that won last year in Stregholm, and they were individual gold medalists within the pure show jumping as well. Superb start. Is it going to be another brilliant week for James Derwin and Rinkola Babog? Well, they've certainly started out in the most emphatic way. Second place to Denmark, Yasmin's Holly and Olivia Dresler. That score 69.54. Then in third place, Ellen Hamstrom for Sweden aboard Oceane des AS, 69.78. Then in fourth place, Palmer Sophie Gry Jonsson Christensen. Borisi des Aveline, her pony, 71.69 the score. Then in fifth place, Nika Sonstrom aboard MSH Riot, 71.95. Sixth, the Oni Panda in the middle A for Germany, 72.07. These are all clear rounds. Then for Great Britain, the first of the British riders, Harriet Hodge aboard Little Charlie, 72.2. Then for France, Alice Foucault and Espoir Durand PRA, 72.36. Ninth to Crystal Sparkle van Begeveld for Belgium. Christopher Wouters Chestnut Mare, ridden by Robin Vimier, 72.78. Then in 10th, taking that 10th place, also for Belgium, Laura Tishkins with Neveo, 72.93. Those are our top 10. Many congratulations to our top 3, our podium winners. And of course, really well done to all those combinations who have come forwards. It was the first qualifying competition. All were invited. And we are very much, of course, looking forwards to the Team Championships, which get underway. The Show Jumping Team Championships, which get underway tomorrow morning, the Friday the 28th, when the athletes and horses will complete over 2 rounds. Over 2 rounds, it will, of course, be rotation for the members of the different teams. Well, that's due to get underway at 8 a.m. Central European Summertime. And just looking ahead, for the pure show jumping, it will be at 13:30 Central European Summertime, the individual show jumping final. Well, what a way to get underway here at Le Mans this morning for the FEI European Championships for ponies. Clip My Horse TV bringing you all the live action of the championship show jumping classes. And we knew we'd be off to a thriller, and we certainly were this morning here in northern western France. Many congratulations once again to the winner of the first class, James Irwin, aboard the Irish sport horse Chestnut Stallion Rincola Bagavog. In second place for Denmark, Jasmin's Holly, aboard Jasmin's Holly, ridden by Olivia Dresler. And in third place, Ellen Hamstrom, aboard Ocean des As. Well, this is Nick Wood signing out for the first time here at Le Mans for the European Pony Championships. Please do join us tomorrow for the show jumping team championships, due to get underway at 8 a.m. Central European Summertime. Look forward to you all being with us then. Have a very good and safe day.
Relisez bien voici maintenant une première remise de titre de ce championnat d'Europe de Ponies qui concerne le Duarte. Voici les 5 meilleurs de cette première épreuve qualificative. The qualifying ceremony wins the first 5 riders of the first stage.
Well, we come to the presentation for this first class This first show jumping class here at the FEI European Championships for Ponies 2023. Our presentation party now ready. Our top 5 are with us, led of course by James Derwin and Rincola Babog for Ireland. Many congratulations to James Derwin and Rincola Babog. In second place for Denmark, Olivia Dresler aboard Yasmin's Holly. Third place, Austin Desas for Sweden with Ellen Hamstrom aboard. In fourth place, Palmer Sophie Gray, Janssen Christensen aboard Bodysea des Aveline. And for Sweden, MSH Riot, ridden by Nika Sundstrom. Those are our top 5, the official photographer taking those photographs. The applause ring out. The national anthem for Ireland having been played for James Derwin and Rincola Babog. So it is Ireland on top of the podium. And then in the top 5, 2 for Denmark and 2 for Sweden. Many congratulations to our top 5. The rosettes have been presented. The official photographer continues to take those all important snaps. And our presentation party with Palmer Sophie Gray, Hansen Christian for Denmark aboard Bodysea des Aveline. And then to MSH Riot for Sweden, ridden by Nika Sundström. Sal Lagersundoning and Nika Sundström riding. So our top 3 clear and under the 70-second mark. And 4th and 5th under the 72-second mark. All, of course, clear. So we're off on our lap of honour. The first lap of honour after the first prize giving for the FEI European Championship for Ponies 2023 here in Le Mans at the Boulevard Jump, the Pôle Européen du Cheval. What a start it is for Ireland, for James Derwin and Rincola Babog. Individual gold medalists last year at Stregholm and part of the gold medal winning Irish team last year. Well, the standards set by our ponies and their riders in all the equestrian disciplines continue to meet new heights, and we look forward so much to tomorrow, to the team competition and to the individual final on Sunday afternoon. So thank you all so much for being with us here on Clip My Horse TV. Please do join us tomorrow morning for the start of the show jumping team championship competition. which gets underway at 8 a.m. Central European Summer Time. We really can't wait, and we look forward to you being with us. It is Nick Wood saying look forward to being with you tomorrow.
At 1 p.m. and at 1 for the Special Super Z, 1 location for the under-20s. After 1 for next competition.
café est cool, hein.